Alright guys, so now in this tutorial we're going to be working on the skirts without any much time wasted. Let's just get to it. Alright, so I'm going to take this vertex here and let's go into wireframe. So I'm going to press Shift and D and duplicate this down here like this, and I'm going to press P to separate the selection. So we're going to take all of these vertices, the supporting vertices we have on the edges, and then dissolve them. Alright, now we're going to take this vertex here and let's extrude it all the way down to this side right here. Alright, so I'm going to press G and then move it to about this point right here. And then let's get onto the top view and let's see if we can align this in the x-axis. So I want to make this easier for us. So I'm going to take this mesh over here as well. And let's go into edit mode. So I'm going to take this vertex and then take this one here next. And I want to press S and then X and type in 0. Okay, just so they're on the same level in the x-axis. Alright, very nice. So let me get onto the side view again. And I want to go into edit mode again, and let me disable the subdivision surface. Let's delete the Solidify and disable the subdivision surface. Alright, I want to press Ctrl and R through here and then add one more vertex in the middle here, and let's see how well we can pull it inside. So let me just go to the top view, and looking at how this one bends, I think we're gonna have to go inside a bit more. So to some point like this, I think should be good. So we're just eyeballing it at this point. Alright, now let's get onto the side and let's dissolve this vertex real quick. And I'm going to take this and extrude it all the way down to about here, like this. And let's get to the top view, make sure it's aligned in the top view. So I'm just going to move it to this point right here, like this. And let me get onto the side view again. And I'm going to extrude this all the way back to about here. Let me just press G, move it to about the middle there. And again, let me take this mesh and that one. Let me go into edit mode, take this vertex, take that one, press S and then X, and type in 0. Very nice. So I'm going to go into edit mode of this one now, and I'm going to take the 2 and press F. Okay, so how much are we going to add in here? Let's say, let's go with 5. I'm not sure if 5 is enough, but I'm going to go with 5. And then let's align them onto the blueprint line. Alright, so I'm going to get to the top view and align it in the top view as well. It's almost aligned in the top view, but we're just going to make sure it follows it much better. Put it in the middle of the blueprint line from top to bottom. Okay, so I'm going to press Ctrl and R through here, and let me just slide it to about this point. Let me get to the top view, and let's move this in the x-axis until it falls in the middle of the blueprint line here on this side. Let me take this one right here and move it a bit in the x-axis, just a bit. Alright, so it's not too visible, so things are going to be a bit difficult in this view right here, but it shouldn't be too much problem for us. Alright, so let me get onto the side view and let's press Ctrl and R through here. And let's add in about 4 vertices. And I want to press G and move this here. Press G and then align the rest of the 2 in the middle of the blueprint line. But as you can see, this one goes down a bit, so we're going to have to average that out by moving the vertices a bit further. So I'm just going to move it to about this point. And I think that should be good. Now let me get onto the top view and make sure it came out great, which it looks like it did, but I'm just going to pull them out just a bit just to give it that curvature that we need. At this point, we're just eyeballing things, okay, because we don't know how that area looks and the blueprint doesn't really tell us much. Alright, nice. So I want to get to the side view and let's put in about, actually let's put in 3 for now, and I'm just going to align them onto the blueprint line. Alright, so I'm just moving the vertices here out a bit just to make things look much more better and kind of reasonable. So at this point I'm just eyeballing, so just make sure you do that as well, because our blueprint is limited in that area, so we can't really know what is going on down there. We're just going to have to use our eyes to kind of guess where everything goes and then just put them on it. Alright, so I'm going to keep it that way for now. And let me get onto the side view. And here in the side view, I'm going to press Ctrl and R and add in 2 extra vertices in the middle here. But first off, I think we should finish this area. So I'm going to extrude this all the way down to about here. Or what we can do is we can just press Ctrl and R through here and then slide this up to about this point, like this. And I want to take this one next, press S and then X and type in 0. And I want to take all of these, these 2, and I want to press F. And let's add in that 5 vertices we added in on the left side. And let's just align it onto the blueprint line. Alright, so once we've done that, let's apply loop tools to both of those edges. So I'm going to apply it to this one, and I'm going to apply it to that one as well. Alright, so now I'm going to make sure each and every single one of them is on the same level in the x-axis with the one on the right. So I'm going to press S and then X and type in 0. And I'm going to do the same thing here. So Shift and R, Shift and then R, just to repeat the command and make sure they are on the same level like that. Alright, now I'm going to get to the top view. And I'm going to press Ctrl and R through here. And let me add in about 2 extra vertices. And I'm going to move it close to the middle of the blueprint line. Like that. Alright, not bad. Let me take this one as well. Let me move that in just a bit more. Like that. Alright, now let's get onto the side view. And what we're going to do next is, let's take, I think we have to take, let me add in 4 or 5. Is it 5 or 4? I think we need 4. Yeah, so 4 extra vertices in the middle here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. And do we need to move it in any way? Not really. I think we might be good. Unless we have to. Let me just move this out just a bit like this. And I'm going to take these 4 and press F. Take these 2 and press F all the way to about there. That's coming out really nicely. And I'm going to take these 2 and press F. So I'm going to add 1 more in the middle here. And take these 2 and press F. So I'm going to add 2 more here and 2 more there. But we have 3 up there, so we're going to have to work around that one. So let me take these 2 and press F all the way to there. And I'm going to take these 2 or these 4 and press F once. And take these 2 and press F twice. Alright, very nice. Okay, so for this area right here, I think I'm going to go with 2 vertices. So let me just dissolve the vertex. 1 vertex in the middle here. And let me just make sure the space in between them are even by using the loop tools. And I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 and press F. And I'm going to take these 2 here and press F once. Alright, so I'm going to add in 2 more in the middle here. And yeah, I think it's okay the way it is. But let me just get to the top view. Let me take a look. Alright, I think we have to shrink it in a bit. So I'm just going to shrink it into about somewhere here like that. And let me just recalculate the normals and let me do the same thing down here. So I'm going to take these 4 and I'm going to shrink it in as well to about there. Take these 2 as well, shrink that in. Now let's take these 2 or these 4 and press F once and take these 2 and press F twice. Alright, very nice. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Take these 4, press F, take these 2 and press F twice. Alright, so it's coming out great. I'm going to take these 4 and press F, take these 2 and press F all the way down. Alright, very nice. I'm just going to select object and select shade smooth just to smoothing it out. And I'm going to press Ctrl and R through here to add in supporting vertices. Let me just select this one as well so I can see how far apart it is from it. So G twice, press E, and align it close to it like that. And I'm going to do the same thing here, E and then F. Align it to the one on the left, just like that. And as you can see, it came out very great. Alright, nice. So now we can go on and work on the other side. But first of all, I think I want to fix this area a bit. I kind of feel like it's pulling in way too much. So let me just take that whole edge. And let's see how we can fix that area. So I'm just going to press S and then X. Okay, that doesn't help much. So S and then X. Deselect that one and let's press S and then X and then just scale it out just a bit. Deselect that one. Let's scale this out just a bit, just to kind of round that area a bit more. Alright, very nice. Let's proceed. Alright, so I'm going to go into wireframe now, and I'm going to take all of these edges here, and I'm going to press Shift and then D, and press P to separate the selection. And I'm going to do the same thing with the one over here, the one very much below. I'm going to press Shift and D, and press P to separate the selection. Alright, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take the second one that we duplicated, like that, and I'm going to press Ctrl J to join them. Now let's go into edit mode. So I'm going to take this, let me press G and move it down so it's in the same alignment as the one on the left side. And now let's take both of them and move them down in the Z axis a bit. Alright, so now I'm going to proceed and then take these 2 vertices and let's merge it at the last one right here. And let me just move this down a bit. Let me take this vertex and dissolve the vertex. And let me take these 2 as well and dissolve those 2 vertices. Alright, very nice. So right here, I'm going to take this one. And I'm just going to, let's go in here and let's duplicate this one instead. So I'm going to press Shift and D and then move it in the Z axis a bit. I'm going to press P to separate the selection. And let me take this, press Ctrl J to join them, and we're pretty much good to go. Alright. So I want to take this one and move it up a bit because I think it's way too close to the bottom. So let me take the whole thing, press G and then Z, and move it up just a bit like that. Alright, now we can go in here and let me dissolve this vertex right here. Let me add one more in the middle here, dissolve this one, and I'm going to dissolve that one as well, and dissolve this one right here. And let me just take these three and merge it at the last one right there. Alright, very nice. So let's take the whole thing now. I'm going to extrude it in the Z axis all the way down to there. Alright, very nice. So let me just press S and then Z and type in 0 just to make it flat. And I'm going to move it in the Z axis all the way to about there. And let me make this the active element, alright? And then I'm just going to share this with Control Alt Shift and S, and then I'm going to press Y and then share it onto the blueprint line like that. I'm going to press S and then Y and then scale this out onto the blueprint line just like that. Alright, so we're just going to look through, make sure everything is following very nicely, which it is. Alright, cool. And I'm going to take this and let me just press S and then X and type in 0. Alright, just to make sure they are scaled in the X axis much even. And I'm going to pull this inward, just a bit more inward. I don't know how far in it goes, but we're just going to eyeball this. So let me recalculate the normals before we proceed. And let me take that whole edge. Let me get to the front view. And looking at how this one is angled, we're just going to kind of follow that much better. So to some point like that. I think that should be a good angle. Okay, so I'm going to take this and then this and press S and then X and type in 0 because they're on the same level. Alright. And let's see what we can do next. Let's get onto the side view and let's go into wireframe. And I'm going to press Ctrl and R through here to add in an extra vertex. And I'm going to press E and then F and align it with the one below and put it onto the blueprint line very nicely like that. Okay, so let's get onto the side view again and let me go into wireframe. And I'm going to press Ctrl and R. Let's press Ctrl and R again through here. And I'm going to leave it around about this area. And let me just take this, slide this down, move it here. And let me take this to merge it at the last and dissolve the edge we have at the end here. Dissolve edges. And I'm just going to line each and every single one of the vertex onto the blueprint line. Alright, so this is what we're going to have once we're done. And once we're done with that, what we're going to do now is to just take each of these and then scale it in the x-axis, just so it kind of pulls out a bit. What we're going to do is we're going to take each of them, that is both of these edges here, like this. And we're just going to pull it out in the x-axis. I don't know how far out it's going to go, but I'm thinking about somewhere here. Let's just pull it out. So let's say to about somewhere there. Let me get to the front view so I can see this much better. So I'm just going to pull it out a bit more. So I think that should be about good. Alright, so now I'm going to take each of these, or maybe we should just leave it as it is, but I wanted us to kind of straighten it out so it's flat against with this one, but I think we should just keep it that way. It's not bad. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to take this vertex and that one and press S and then X and type in 0 just so it's flat with it. And I'm going to do the same thing here, and I'm pretty much going to do it all the way to the other end. Alright, nice. So once we're done, this is what we're going to have. But I think I'm still going to pull it in just a bit. Just not as far as it used to be, just a bit. Like that. And there we go. Alright, so let's take a look at this area, see what we have. So I'm going to take this and then pull it in the x-axis a bit because it falls way too far inside. So I'm just going to pull it out just a bit like that. And let me get all the way to this side as well. And I think that is also pretty good, but I'm just going to pull this out a bit, just like that. And I think everything came out great. Alright, very nice. So we can go ahead and add in the supporting edge loops that we need, but before we do that, I think I want to fix this area a bit more. Alright. So let me just take these four and pull it out just a bit. I don't know how far out it comes, but when you take a look at this, you can see that's what it looks like. So let me just take these two and pull it out a bit more. Well, basically what we can do is what we can do is let's take all of these edges, okay? Making sure the one on the other end is the active element, this one right here. And I'm just going to press S and an X and scale it out to about, I don't know, there maybe. I think that should be good. Or maybe not scale it out. Let's rotate it in the Z-axis. So we're just going to rotate it in the Z-axis and rotate it out just a bit like that. I think that should be good. Maybe a bit more. So rotate in the Z-axis and rotate it out just a bit like that. I'm just making sure this area is as flat as it looks in the reference image right here, as you can see. So that's basically what I'm trying to achieve. I'm just rotate it inside a bit more. And there we go. Alright, so we're going to make sure this is the active element down here as well. And we're going to do the same thing. Just making sure it's almost the same level as the one above it. Nice. So I'm just going to take this vertex now and pull it in the x-axis just a bit out. Like that. And I think everything should look good now. Okay, so I'm going to select object and select shade smooth just to smooth out that area. And let's get on over here. I'm going to press Ctrl and R. First of all, let me make sure these. Okay, I don't think there's any edge in that area, so we're just going to leave that area like that. And I'm going to press Ctrl and R through here. Press E and an F, align it with that area and pull it close. Just like that, not too close. So quite close like that. And let's get onto the side, make sure it's looking good, which it is. And I'm going to add one up here. This one's going to be really close, so we have to pull it very close like that. I'm going to press Ctrl and R through here and add this one to in. Very close, quite close, like that. Let me zoom into this area. And then I think I'm going to knife this from here all the way to there and then to the other side, like that. Alright, very nice. So I think everything is coming out great. And we're pretty much going to do the same thing over here. So I'm going to knife it from here all the way to there, like that. Alright, nice. So let me get onto this side. I'm going to press Ctrl and R through here. Add one close to this area. And I'm going to add one more. Let me just get onto the side view and use the knife tool. Alright, let me remove this one again and then pull it close to this area. Let me just press G twice. Press E and an F so it's aligned with the one above it. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. But first of all, let's use the knife tool. So I'm going to knife this. The knife tool is not showing. So I'm going to knife this from here. You know, let me select this one and use the knife tool on it. Alright, so just going to knife it all the way down below like this. And then we can now go back into the edit mode of both of them. And now we can take all of that edge and press G twice and press E and then F. Align it with that side and pull it close like that. And that should be good. Alright, so now I want to take these four and press F. So I don't think we need any of them over there, but if you want to do that as well, you can just press Ctrl and R through here and add one in here. You're going to also add one on the other side, but I'm just going to keep it as it looks right now, just like that. Alright, so I feel like we're going to have to add one more in the middle here as well, so let's do that. I'm just going to pull it close like that, and yeah, we're just going to leave it there like that. I think that should be good. Alright, let me just take this and then slide it up a bit, like that. And let's enable the subdivision surface, see what this looks like. Alright, so it came out great. No problem at all. It came out really great. Alright, let's redisable that and let's go into edit mode and add in the supporting edge loops on each side. So I'm going to add one in here. Press E. Align it with that side and pull it close like that. And then add one up. Press E. Align it with that side. Pull it close. I'm going to add one below. Press E and then F. Pull it close like that. And I think we need one more over here. Press E and pull it close like that. Now we're going to do the same thing with the one above. So press E and then F. Pull it close like that. Add one down below, press E and then F. Pull it close down like that. I'm going to add one here, press E. Pull it close like that. And I'm going to press Ctrl and R through here, add one in here, press E and then F. Pull it all the way there, but as you can see, it goes all the way to the other side. So I'm going to hide this real quick. Let me just add that one in here. Pull it close like that, press Alt and H. And I'm going to dissolve the ones in the middle here. Come on. Yeah. Now I'm going to take that too and merge it at the center. No, merge it at the center. Yeah, there we go. So let me just slide it out a bit, just like that. Alright, now let's add the final one up here. Press Ctrl and R, press E, pull it close to the top, and leave it right there. Alright, very nice. So I think this side sketch actually came out great. Alright, so now we can go ahead and add in the Solidify modifier, which again I'm not going to do for you guys on screen because you already know how to do that. So I'm pretty sure that'll pretty much do it for this video. Yeah, so this one was a quick one compared to the other videos. This one's really quick. Even thickness, only rim, and there we go. Alright, so it's looking good. Let's enable the reflective matte cap and see what this looks like. Alright, not bad. It looks good. Looks good. Yep. So this is pretty much where I'm going to end this video. If there's anything I may have forgotten for us to do, I'll kind of fix that later in a later video, but I'm pretty sure we didn't forget anything and everything came out great. Let's get onto the side view, make sure it matches with the blueprint line, which it does, and also to the top view, make sure it's not exceeding its bounds, which it isn't. So yeah, everything came out great. And yeah, this is where I'm going to end this video. If you feel like there's something off with your model, you can go ahead and then tweak this and then make it look much better to your preference. But I'm going to keep mine how it looks. I'm not going to make any changes to it because I think it looks good. So yeah, maybe the next part we're going to move to is to finish off the windows and the what do you call it, the side vents and stuff. So yeah, this is where I'm going to end this video, and I'll pretty much see you guys in the next video.